Hello Lions, and welcome to your Biology Body Systems Research Project video helper. You are going to go to readylibrary.com and you're going to click on Biology Body Systems Research. When you click on this, this video will be linked here and embedded down here. It will also be available in your Mac and VIA group, but you're going to click here to get to the Mac and VIA group for this particular assignment. Up here are the instructions, your tech menu, your submission form. This is where you're going to submit your final project, and then here's a copy of the project information that your teachers are going to give you. Please note that I have some database help here for EBSCO and for ProQuest. So when you get to those portions, feel free to go there. So I'm going to walk you through the resources that are going to be available for you in this Mac and VIA group as you are studying your different body systems, okay? So I am just going to take the respiratory. I'm going to copy respiratory, and that's the body system that I'm going to be working with as I walk you through. This is just a link to your Google Drive that you can use to get to your own Google Drive. This is a link to an APA citation guide, because you are going to be using APA citation. So at some point in your project, as you or your team are gathering research, you need to establish a Google Doc or a Google Slide or some kind of page somewhere where you can list all of your citations, and that way you and your group will have those in your Google Drive folder and you can work with them that way. This video is going to be linked right here, and then also there is a video here that I'm going to talk about in just a second, how to search for images. Actually, I'm going to go and talk about that right now. So in this video, you can watch this video and it just shows you how to do an advanced image Google search. So for instance, if I come here and I type in my system and I go to images, know that some of these images are going to be copyrighted, and so I need to go right here to tools, and I'm going to click on usage rights, and then I'm going to either click labeled for reuse, or if I plan on somehow changing the image, cropping it, adding some text to it or anything like that, then I need to use labeled for reuse with modification. But for purposes of just using it in your presentation, you can click label for reuse. Once you've clicked that, now any of these images you can use for your project. Okay, so those images are, so that's how you do a quick image search in Google to make sure that you can use them for your assignment. So, oops, that is the wrong Mac and VIA group. So when you go back to the group, that video is here and it just shows you what I just showed you. I would suggest that if you don't know anything about your system, that you start with Britannica School. You can also start with Science and Context. Either one of these are going to give you some general information about your topic. So I'm just going to briefly show you how to use Britannica School. You're going to open it up. You're going to paste in your search term. And then you're going to click on the article that most applies to your topic. Let's say I want to use this article in my presentation. Or in my research, I would copy and paste this information into my references list, and then I can proceed to use any information from this article for my project. Okay. Next, I would recommend Science and Context. This is a great database for information on science-related topics, which is certainly what you all are doing. And so up here, you can click on Sign In with Google, and that is just going to connect this database to your Google Drive account for the time that you are in this database. So I'm going to, you'll notice that there are a bunch of different search terms that start populating when I start typing in here, so you may want to choose to look at some of those other search terms as well. Because this is a topic with a lot of information, there is a featured article up here that you can certainly use, and then here's some more featured content, and then over here it tells you the other different kinds of content that are in here. So references, images, any of these images you can use as well. So if I go here and I click on the images category, let's say I want to use this image right here, I can click on it. I can come over here to citation tools and I can click APA, and copy and paste this into my references list. I can also download this image directly into my Google Drive and then put it in my folder for this project if I wanted to do that. So let's go back to the topic. Just some other things you have reference. So these are going to be encyclopedia articles and other general reference articles. You have news, magazines, and academic journals. For this particular assignment, you guys are probably going to be focusing on reference articles and then academic journals. Depending on what the different requirements are for the assignment, you may need to pull some news or magazine articles that relate to your topic. But I'm going to show you really quickly. If I click on reference, it's going to pull up all of these reference articles. You'll notice that green is a basic, content level basic article, yellow is content level intermediate, and red is content level advanced. So depending on what kind of information you're looking at, you may want to choose a more advanced article. But let's just say for the purpose of this assignment, for this example, that I want to use this particular article. I go to Citation Tools, I go to APA, I copy and paste this into my references list, and then I can choose to download this article directly into my Google Drive. All right. So that is how you use the science in context. Just know that you can use any of the resources in here. Please remember that academic journals or scholarly journals are the best quality resource and are generally produced by scientists and medical professionals in the field, and these journals are specifically and these journal articles are specifically written by those types of people. So they are your most reliable, best source. Okay, so that's science in context. At this point, you may find all the information that you need, and you may not need some of these other databases, but I'm going to go ahead and quickly touch base about a couple of them. I'm going to start with Gale PowerSearch. When you go into this particular database, you can put in your search term up here. You may also want to choose to do an advanced search and put in specific terms that you're looking for. You'll notice there's quite a few academic journals in this particular database, which is a great database if you're looking for those. And then there's some magazine news articles as well. So one of the things that you can do when you get to this level is you can scroll down here, and on the right hand side you see this topic finder. This is a great way for you to kind of narrow down information that you're looking for. Like perhaps you're looking for information about the respiratory system, lungs, and blood vessels in particular, or maybe respiratory system, air, and oxygen, or asthma. Whatever you're looking for, I'm just going to pick one of these. You'll notice that it then narrows those available resources about that to just a few articles. So this might be very, very helpful for you when you're using this particular database. So any article that you click on in this database is going to look like this. You're going to go to Citation Tools, and then you're going to choose APA. You're going to copy and paste this into your references list. And again, you can download this into your Google Drive if you click on this Sign In with Google right here. And then you'll have the article in your Google Drive for use later. Okay, so that's the Gale PowerSearch, which might be the next one that you use. If you are still in need of information at this point, I would suggest that you perhaps try GVRL, EBSCO Host, Health and Wellness, or ProQuest. The Health and Wellness one is going to be the hardest one to navigate, and it's not going to give you APA citations. It's only going to give you MLA citations. EBSCO, if you go to EBSCO, you'll notice up here I tell you to choose Consumer Health Complete, that database. So when you click on EBSCO, it's going to give you all these options, and you're going to choose Consumer Health Complete. At this point, you can begin searching for articles. However, this database is significantly harder to get a citation for than some of the Gale ones. So for instance, if I want to use this article right here, I have to go to Print, and then I have to tell it I want APA, and then I have to tell it to print again. Now I'm not actually printing anything, but in order to get my citation I have to follow these steps, and I'm going to click cancel because I don't actually want to print it. What I want to do is I want to copy this information right here. This is my citation for this article, and unfortunately this does not have the Google connection, so you can't download any articles directly into your Google Drive from this one. GVRL is going to look a lot like these ones that I showed you, these two right here, and so you can sign in with Google, you can grab your citation, but these are going to be articles from books, and so you're going to want to go in and when you go into this one, and I'm going to put in my search term again, and so let's just say I want to use this book right here. I can, at this point, I can click on the table of contents and I can go to specific respiratory systems function. Let's say I want to go to that. From here, I can click on my citation tools again and tell it APA, copy and paste this into my references list. I can download this directly into Google Drive from here, but this is going to be probably another one of your better sources. So start with Britannica School, Science and Context, then maybe go to Gale PowerSearch, and if you're still looking, go to GVRL. I'm going to say that EBSCO is not going to give you much. Health and Wellness, like I said, is not going to give you the APA citations. And then if you use ProQuest, you're going to want to go to choose Health and Medicine. So if I open this, and you'll notice down here that it gives you these options, so I'm going to click Health and Medicine, and now I'm going to put in my search term, because now it's going to pull from these basic sources. So almost 96,000 scholarly journals. There are some trade journals. I would stay away from those for the purposes of your research. Let's see. So if I click on that more options, then I can see all the total different resources. So you might want to focus on this one on books or scholarly journals. And then once you click on one of these, then you can narrow down your search results from here. Okay, so you can narrow them down by document type, subject. Okay, you can click on any of these and it's going to pull up articles specifically about that. Okay. Alright, if you guys have any questions or need any help along the way, please feel free to email me, lambertin@friscoisd.org, or just stop by the library and I would be happy to help you. Good luck, Lions.